We are now on day 17 of the Riek Machar trial in Juba, South Sudan, and today's session shifted the entire direction of the defense. The three-judge panel issued its strongest warning yet to Machar's lawyers, telling them to avoid questions that could expose protected witnesses and noting that some defense members appeared unprepared for a case of this sensitivity. But despite that reprimand, the judges still allowed the defense to continue pressing what is now emerging as the critical fault line in this entire trial, the chain of custody of the evidence. Cross-examination of lead investigator Major General Basilio Thomaswani continued, but today the defense changed strategy. They moved away from the big picture political arguments and focused instead on the specific timeline of how Machar's electronic devices were seized, stored, and transported, and then analyzed. The defense is raising the possibility that the search warrant may have been signed after the devices were already taken, which would mean the state conducted a warrantless seizure and tried to justify it after the fact. They also challenged why the government bypassed the National Security Services Forensic Unit and instead sent the devices to a private digital analysis contractor in South Africa. The defense requested the contract, the chain of custody logs, shipping records, and digital handling reports. The prosecution attempted to block that, accusing the defense of fishing for technicalities, but the judges disagreed, ruling that chain of custody is central to admissibility. The court has now ordered the prosecution to produce those documents at the next hearing. This is significant because if the defense can show that evidence changed hands without documentation, or that timestamps don't match, or that the warrant was issued out of sequence, then major pieces of digital evidence could be ruled inadmissible. And without that evidence, the state's narrative becomes much harder to prove. The hearing adjourned early. Cross-examination of Basilio Thomaswani continues on Wednesday, November 5th. And from this point forward, this trial is not only about the alleged events, it's about whether the state can prove its claims within the rules of South Sudanese law. Independent media takes a lot of time and a lot of care, about 4 hours for every single story you see posted here. We don't have sponsors or big donors. All we have is that coffee affiliate link. So if you believe in the work that we are doing, please consider joining our community on Patreon, YouTube, Facebook, or TikTok, whatever is best for you. Your support helps us keep going, doing journalism for the people and not for profit.